Testificates. You know them? I know them. Let's rank them. First one we will be ranking is the Armorer, whose workstation is the Blast Furnace. Like the name implies, you can buy iron armor, bells, chainmail armor, shields, and enchanted diamond armor, while you can sell coal, iron, lava buckets, and diamonds to them. These villagers are obviously super useful since you can buy enchanted diamond armor from them, but also their iron trade for emeralds is also good, especially if you have a decent iron farm. So this is an easy S tier, and it is our first S tier. Up next is the Butcher villager, whose workstation is the Smoker. The Butcher, you can probably guess, deals with meat. You can buy rabbit stew and cooked meat from the Butcher, while you can sell raw chicken, pork, rabbit, mutton, and beef, as well as cold, dried kelp blocks, and sweet berries. You can easily get the things that you can buy from them, so I don't see them too useful in that degree. The Butcher's trades are really only good early game, and even then it's still not a great option, so it's going to be our first F tier. So far we have one S tier and one F tier. The Cartographer villager's workstation is obviously the cartography table. You can buy maps to structures such as woodland mansions and ocean monuments, as well as banners and item frames. You can sell paper, glass panes, and compasses for emeralds. Their maps to structures are semi-helpful, but the most useful thing these villagers do is buy glass and paper. Other villagers can buy paper, so that isn't too unique, but their trade for glass is very good, since if you set these up in a desert, you can trade about 4 sand for an emerald. Their trades aren't super good, but that sand trade makes it go into C tier. Clerics are next, whose workstation is the brewing stand. They buy rotten flesh, gold, rabbit food, rabbit feet, turtle scute, glass bottles, and nether wart, while you can buy redstone, lapis, glowstone, ender pearls, and XP bottles from them. Other trades are kind of obscure, but they do have some helpful items that you can buy from them, especially their pearls for getting to the end. Not a super useful villager all around, but really good for niche trades and items that you really need, so it's going to go into C tier. Up next is the top G villager, the Farmer, whose workstation is of course the Composter. They buy wheat, beets, carrots, potatoes, pumpkins, and melons, while they sell bread, pumpkin pie, apples, cookies, suspicious stew, cake, golden carrots, and glistering melons. This is the single best villager to get emeralds from, as all their trades are easily farmable, especially with large auto farms, so you can get thousands of emeralds. You can also buy great foods such as golden carrots from them, so this is an obvious S tier. Fishermen are next, with their workstation being the Barrel. They buy string, coal, raw cod, raw salmon, tropical fish, pufferfish, and boats. They sell buckets of cod, campfires, cooked salmon, and enchanted fishing rods. Their string trade isn't bad if you have a mob farm, but there are other villagers with string trades, so it's not very unique to them. Their boat trade also isn't bad, but you have to get them to master level in order to do that trade, and there are other villagers who have better wood trades. Ultimately, no one is going to be fishing enough to get a substantial amount of emeralds from them, so their only real useful trade is the fishing rod, and even that isn't too hard to get without trading, so this is going to have to be an F tier. Before we continue, if you like these Minecraft tier list videos, consider subscribing, as I have many more ideas and videos planned for the future. Next is the man from Whiplash, the Fletcher, whose workstation is the fletching table. These villagers buy sticks, flint, string, feathers, and trap wire hooks, while they sell arrows, flint, bows, crossbows, enchanted crossbows, and tipped arrows. Fletchers are very good early game for emeralds. With them trading sticks, all you have to do is just chop down a few trees and you get a decent amount of emeralds. That being said, they lack great emerald trades for late game automatic farms. Barring early game, their trades aren't that great, so I'm gonna have to put them in B tier because of that. The Leatherworker villagers are next, with their workstation being the Cauldron. These villagers buy leather, flint, rabbit hide, and scute, while selling dyed leather armor, leather horse armor, and saddles. Not a great villager overall, but their trade for saddles is pretty good, as well as their trade for leather, especially if you have a good hoglin farm. Not a great villager though, so I'm actually gonna put it in D tier. The famous Librarians are next, with their workstation obviously being the Lectern. They buy paper, books, ink sacks, and books with quills, and they of course sell bookshelves, enchanted books, lanterns, glass, clocks, compasses, and name tags. The enchanted book trades are obviously amazing and sought after. Their other trades are actually really underrated and good as well, especially their name tag and lantern trades. We all know this is a top tier villager, so it goes in S tier, no competition. Masons are next, with their workstation being the Stonecutter. They buy clay, stone, granite, diorite, andesite, and quartz. They sell bricks, chiseled stone bricks, polished granite, andesite, diorite, terracotta, and quartz. If you are a miner, you'll love this villager. None of the Mason's trades are easily renewable or farmable for gain emeralds, so this villager is not the best in that sense, but I do like their quartz trade since it's kind of difficult to get a bunch of it easily, so I'm going to put this into B tier. The next villager is the Shepherd, with their workstation being the Loom. They buy colored wool and dyes and sell shears, wool, carpet, beds, banners, and paintings. Their wool for emerald trades are really the only thing going for this villager, as that's a great trade, especially if you have a auto sheep farm, but that's pretty much all that's going for this villager, so I'm gonna have to put them in C tier. The Toolsmith is next, with their workstation being the smithing table. These villagers buy coal, iron, flint, and diamonds, and they sell stone tools, bells, enchanted iron tools, diamond hoes, and enchanted diamond tools. Obviously, these villagers are amazing since you can get great tools, but their iron trade is also great if you have an iron farm like the other villagers I mentioned. This is an S tier as well. From Toolsmith, we go to the Weaponsmith, with their workstation being the grindstone. They buy coal, iron, and flint, and obviously sell enchanted iron and diamond axes and swords. Weaponsmiths are very similar to Toolsmiths, but because Toolsmiths sell a bit more and they also sell axes, Weaponsmiths' only unique trade is the sword, which is still pretty good, so I'm gonna have to put in A tier still, but just one below Toolsmith. So that is the last of these regular villagers, but there is one more villager that you will find in this world that trades items, and that villager can be found wandering around other villagers. That's right, the Wandering Trader is next. They spawn randomly, selling a variety of items such as flowers, mushrooms, seeds, ice, saplings, nautilus shells, coral, slime balls, pickles, glowstones, sand, sugarcane, cactus, podzol, dyes, and fish and buckets. You currently cannot get emeralds from these villagers, so you can only buy things from them. A lot of people love the Wandering Trader for the items that you get. A lot of their items that they sell are not super useful, except in niche situations you have in your world, or if you play limited game modes like Super Flat or Skyblock. But in normal Minecraft, these villagers aren't the most useful, and most of us just end up sending them to Belize, so overall this is going to have to be a C tier. This is my full tier list of all villagers. Comment below if you agree or disagree, and just put your own list basically in the comments. Subscribe, and I'll see you later.